up from your snooze. Come get with the crew. You know who it is, what it is, what we do. It's the crew, yeah. Oh yeah, it's the crew. Oh yeah, it's the crew, yeah. Oh yeah, it's the crew. Oh yeah, it's time to snooze. Join the crew. We got news, we got tunes. We gon' hit you with the truth. We ain't like them other dudes. All the glory to Jesus, cause of him we making moves. Oh yeah, we done found our groove. You can come get with it too. It's the crew.
Today in the building we have the man, the myth, the legend, Lecrae, ladies and gentlemen. What is good, G?
Yes, sir. What's happening, man? I'm here, man. I'm here with y'all. What's up?
Coming in hot, right? Was a smash. Was there any type of like, when y'all was in the studio, did y'all have this feeling like, yeah, this is the one?
Like, so what's funny is the thought process was like, what's our group song? So how it went down was we was gonna do a group tour, and it was like, all right, what's our group song gonna be? You know, for this tour, we need a tour song. And then we listened to a few different beats, and this one just stood out. So it's like, yo, let's run it. We got in the studio. I'll tell everybody, I had left. I was in LA. So this is how Andy worked. Andy just liked to, he random. So he just gonna be like, hey man, let's just fly to Canada and do this tomorrow. That's just how Andy worked. So I'm in LA doing press release stuff for Let the Trap Say Man. And he's like, yo, drive down to San Diego and let's record this song. I'm like, bruh. So I'm literally at an event. I said it in the thing. I was at an event and like Snoop Dogg is sitting there like, hey man, I'm like, oh, he passed it to me. Like I took that as a sign of respect and honor in a weird way, but I was like, I'm good, Snoop. Anyway, I get down to San Diego and we in the studio. Words played there, Belief there, just a bunch of people in there, and we just get to working. When the song is done, I'm like, this song hard, but it was just our tour song. Mm-hmm. So it blew up on tour, and it was like, yo, this song is doing better than we thought. And it was like, yo, it probably just, we put it on the summer playlist, but then it was like, nah, Andy, you need to just release this as your own like joint, because you know what I'm saying, it's good for you and everything you got going on. And so then it just took another leg of its own. It's out of there.
Is it easier for you to make crazy songs like that, whereas trying to paint a picture, is it a little bit harder?
It's easy when I'm in the studio with Andy. Both of us work better together. That's the crazy part about it, is because we don't overthink stuff. Well, when he works with me, he don't overthink stuff. And when I work with him, I'm freer to be more creative, because sometimes I could be real message driven. Okay. And he can overthink, but when we get together, I'm more creative and I think outside the box, and then he works faster and more, he's just like, it's whatever, man. So that's the crazy part about it.
When you look at the current landscape of rappers who just happen to be Christian, right?
It's CHH, man. It is what it is at this point.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Who do you see as taking over that mantle? That's not from Reach, because I don't want a bunch of artists in your office come tomorrow. So yeah, who would you say could kind of, okay, Lecrae is kind of playing the background, and then who would you say would be that person?
That's the interesting thing though, man, is that everything has changed so much. It's morphed and evolved so much. Like once upon a time, I look at CHH and hip hop like running side by side, you know what I'm saying? And hip hop used to be this culture that when you saw it, you knew it. By the clothes, by whatever, that's hip hop. Nice. I think it umbrellaed and opened itself up to so many different stuff, to where it's kind of like Young Thug and Royce the 5'9" are both hip hop, but they worlds apart. So I think that's similar as happened with CHH. It used to be like you knew what it was and you knew this was CHH, and now it's so many different components. Like you've got, everybody from Eshawn Burgundy to a Joey Vontaze. They worlds apart. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I think it's so umbrellaed. I don't know. I think there's leaders in little spaces. I don't think there's just like one face. And the reason why I probably became one face is because I'm part of the old generation and the new generation at the same time. So it's like I get to stand in both of them spaces, and I was there with the cross movement tunnel rats days, but I'm also here with the 1K few RG days. You know what I'm saying? So I think there'll be leaders in little spaces, but I don't know if they'll just be this big picture of a person because it's so umbrella now.
This nigga Lecrae, he media trained for real, bro. Lecrae, man, his media training is crazy.
Oh, man.
Straight up. Hey, come on, bro. You can be real and transparent with us.
That's a good one.
I'll be honest with you. What I was trying to do was I'm a rap dude. I don't come from the church. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not a churchy person. And when I say that, I don't mean like the body of Christ. I mean like just growing up in church. Right. So I come from rap. So I always cared about engaging the hip hop culture. And the person I feel like who's doing what I saw myself doing is Toby in Wigway. He's doing what I thought I would be doing. You know what I'm saying? What I was attempting to do. But I see God had a different plan, and the way he used me is different. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Staying on that, you know, when we talk about the Toby and Wigways, you took a lot of bullets for Christian artists wanting to step outside of the four walls of the church. Do you feel that it's easier these days for Christian artists wanting to reach a broader audience because of the arrows that you took?
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna just say, yeah. I mean, I honestly feel like, yeah, you know, I had to go through a lot of doors and make a lot of mistakes for people to see what they don't want to do and what they do want to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I can't take credit. I'm not taking credit for nobody. I'm just saying, end of the day, it became easier for mainstream to deal with an individual who raps and loves the Lord. And it became, you know, it's kind of like, okay, we've seen this before now. So now people can walk through these doors. The problem though, I would say this, is that folks want just to be on the mainstream side and they ain't really developed themselves spiritually at all. They don't have no message for real. They just, it's like they just diet Lil Baby. You know what I'm saying? It's like Lil Baby light. And it's like, don't nobody I personally don't, that's not appealing to me.
Right. You ever feel some type of way that it seems like the artists today, like a Toby and Wigway, like an NF, it seems like that they don't really get the criticism that you do. Does that ever bother you?
It used to, but now I just celebrate them. You know what I'm saying? Because they get to do what I couldn't do. You know what I mean? Like to see Toby influencing places and spaces that, you know, I only imagined is dope to me. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about how you start. And, you know, he didn't start extremely explicit pastoral with his music. So it's about how you start, because that's how people perceive you. People don't deal with change that well. So I understand it. You know, I came out the gate like, you know what I'm saying, I'm sold out, you know, spitting spiritual soliloquies and you know what I'm saying? So,
spiritual soliloquies, real talk. I hear you, bro.
People don't know. People like, hold on, you can't be switching up on us, bro. So it's like, you know, I get it. You know, it makes sense.
Keep it on that same subject. We know that you're in the studio right now with CC4. And we've watched your deconstruction or your reconstruction journey. You know, when you talk about your faith, you've talked about that a lot, deconstructing and reconstructing. How are you going to take that dive, or are you going to take a deeper dive into that with CC4?
Church Clothes was me trying to move in that direction, right? Like trying to engage the mainstream. Church Clothes 2 was like, all right, we made some waves. How do we keep this thing going? Like, if you notice, Church Clothes didn't have necessarily mainstream features like that. Like, you had a King Mez, you had producers, but Church Clothes 2, we took it a step further and we had, you know, the features, you know what I'm saying? And in 3, it was like, yo, I not only want to talk about some of this stuff, like spiritual stuff, I want to talk about some of the social stuff that's going on around me as well. So that's kind of where 3 went. And then now I feel like 4 is just like, it's all of it. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of me saying, man, I don't care, bro. I'm a Christian, bro. It is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna stand on mine. But it's also me saying, I rock with both sides of this. I rock with folks outside of the faith. who need an outlet and need a voice. And then I rock with some of the folks inside of the faith that don't get the opportunities. And so I want to work with individuals who don't get to shine much as well and highlight them.
So we got some new people gonna be on this. Some people that's kind of underneath the radar. Okay, I'm with that. Homosexuality, he kind of tap dances or he runs from the question.
Because for all intents and purposes, a lot of CHH are.
What do you say to those people?
No, I say that I'm glad you brought that up because
it's a lot. Like, how many times I got to explain it?
Some Christians, not
facts. So Lecrae is blocked by Charlene.